Okay. All right. Good morning. I am going to, we're going to get started. I think we have about 4 or 5 people here already, and we're going to get started. So, as I stated before, I'm hoping that you are at an actual computer and not on your phone, because I would like for you to be able to share your screen so that we could assist you with actually filling out the application if you have questions, because we're going to actually jump into the application today and start looking at the 4 areas that need to be completed. I'm sorry.
My one Dixie book from school.
Okay, all right, I'm in a workshop right now, sorry. So let's go ahead and get started. I did want to recognize we do have another transfer director here from Olive Harvey College, Miss Tiana McCann. So Tiana, if you want to say hello and introduce yourself, thank you for attending.
Thank you for having me. I just look forward to assisting where I can if you all have questions. I also did send out another text message blast, Donna, so hopefully a few more people, although stragglers, will come into this final workshop hour.
Right. Okay, great. So yeah, we're both here to answer questions, help you through this process. Again, the application deadline is coming up. It's January. Hold on. It's January 6th. January 6th at midnight. So we want to make sure that we are understand all the components necessary for the application, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're really just going to jump in. I am going to just give an overview of the scholarship itself. It is a transfer scholarship, so you do have to have only been to the City Colleges of Chicago. If you've been to any other college before attending the City Colleges of Chicago, you would not qualify for this scholarship. You do receive the finalists or the winners receive $40,000 per year to complete your undergraduate degree. So they give you 2 to 3 years to complete the degree. They are looking for students to, attempt to, go to selective enrollment or what we call top tier schools. That doesn't mean that you can't, apply to other schools outside of those, but they are looking for students to, as scholars, they are looking for students to at least, try to enter selective enrollment schools because they want to get the most bang for their buck. And so we suggest that you do try to at least select one highly selective school to apply to. You do have to have at least a GPA of a 3.5 or better. And then you have to plan to enroll full-time in a bachelor's program. So if you're going to be going part-time, you wouldn't be qualified for the scholarship. Also, you need to demonstrate unmet financial needs. So if you're using financial aid, you would qualify. And again, no previous enrollment at another 4-year institution. So this would have to be your first attempt at a community college degree or any degree. And again, the application ends January 6th. So we're going to jump right into the application. If you guys want to, you can pull up, I'm going to switch my screen. If you guys want to, you can pull up the application. If you can, let me know, unmute, let me know if you're able to actually share your screen or actually get onto the actual website through your computer. And I apologize, I'm pausing because I can't because I'm sharing my screen, I can't see you guys. So it's kind of hard for me to determine who I'm speaking to. So if you can just unmute and just let me know if you're able to share or get onto the actual computer to pull up the application. You want to go to jkcf.org. Can everyone do that?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, great. So once we get there, I think there was a gentleman on the call too. Were you able to do it? Okay, so we would go to the scholarships, and then you would go to,
Excuse me, that was me. I had to click back on. You
okay.
said JK what now? I wasn't able to get it.
Okay, here it is, jkcf.org. And that'll take you to the actual website. Once you get to land on the website's homepage, you can go to our scholarships and go to the undergraduate transfer scholarship. Now you can go, once you get there, there are a couple tabs you can go under. You can visit these tabs at a later date. However, in the first two workshops, we kind of covered a lot of this information. So if need be, you can go back to the Brightspace page, the Kennedy King College Transfer Center Brightspace page. I do have the recorded sessions of the first two workshops there for you if you would like to get that information. We also had someone from the Writing Center visit, which that is recorded as well. So you can go back and listen to that if you need to. But if you push the apply now button.
Did you say under transfer scholarship?
Undergraduate transfer scholarship. Now, if this is your first time signing on to the site, you're going to have to create an account. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. Is there anything that you want to add in, Tiana, as they're creating, for those that need to create an account?
One more time.
Was there anything that you wanted to? I'm going to give them a couple minutes.
I would just say, wait, do we have people that did not yet create an account?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm telling them that if they haven't, I'm giving them a couple minutes to do so. And I was just saying if you had anything that you wanted to add in between that time.
Not at this time, no.
Okay.
So will we click apply and then it'll take us to that page, or was
Exactly.
there? Okay.
Click apply
Thank you.
now.
Okay, I don't even know if I'm in the right. I see undergraduate transfer scholarship.
That's the one you're looking for.
Okay, so. So.
I'll go back so you can see.
I'm creating my account now.
Okay, great. Are we still creating accounts?
Yes.
Okay, what about the other? The
I
others?
just finished making mine.
Okay,
I'm done.
okay, good. All right, I wasn't camera ready this morning, but I'm gonna turn my camera on because I want to make sure that I see you guys. I think I can see you. Okay, yeah, I can see you guys now. That's better. Let's see. So I'm gonna sign in so that you see what it looks like, what the next page looks like. So once you have created your password and you have created an account, you should land on this page. Can you give me a thumbs up if you landed on that page?
I haven't. It actually took me to the page where you were just at, where it says undergraduate
Yeah.
transfer scholarship, and then like a tab under like country, city, state, and then like a little bar. Yeah, where you are now.
Okay, go to this tab here where it says my application. That'll take you to the home page. That'll take you to the beginning of the application.
Okay, I'm there.
You got it? Now, if you notice, there are 4 basic parts: the personal information, academic history, supporting information, and program material. Have you gotten it, Daryl?
Well, I'm putting my username in. I'm sorry for being so bad.
No, you're fine. No worries. We have time. And again, we might not get all this done today, but I really want to I want you to kind of, peruse through it. I'm going to go through each section and if you have questions, as you are completing, ideally, my thought process in this workshop was that by the time we got to the 3rd workshop, everybody would be in the same place, but that's totally fine. We're in a virtual space and, not everyone has been able to attend. But with that being said, I'm trying to help wherever you are in the process. So if you have any questions, I can answer questions as well. And just so you know, so for example, if you don't finish today, you can always, as you're completing the application, it saves it. So you can always come back and complete an area. And you'll probably have to do that because, some schools may require an essay. There is an essay required with the Jack Kent Cooke scholarship itself. So you can come back and check your status and you can, it tells you how much of each section you've completed. So for example, in the personal information, I completed 2 of the 8 sections. In academic history, I completed 1 of 11. So you can come back and you can do, some in the personal, then some in the academic. You can kind of jump around. Okay, so we're going to jump in here into the personal information. And this is easy stuff. This is really just based on your preferences, how you want to be, how you would wish to receive communication. There's really nothing too difficult there. Your biographic information, so that'll be your personal information, contact information, your citizenship information. You do not have to be a documented citizen to apply for this scholarship. So, if you're undocumented or if you're on a visa or something like that, you should be fine. So you would just complete this personal information about yourself, okay? One thing that that you definitely have to do outside of the schools that you are applying to, let me find it, give me 1 second. And this is what I want you to do. As soon as you're done with your personal information, I definitely want you to go to program materials and actually select the undergraduate transfer scholarship, because that's actually you applying to the Jack Kent Cooke scholarship. If you do not do that, you're not submitting to the actual scholarship. So if you go to add program, I've already selected it, so it probably won't come up for me. But if you put in Jack Kent Cooke, let's see if it comes up. There it is. So it'll come up, and it's the undergraduate transfer scholarship. You want to definitely select that one, okay? Once you go into that, it will give you information about the scholarship, what's needed, and then you also have to do a letter of recommendation. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Sorry, I gotta flip around in here a little bit. It tells you what you actually need. College students, no previous. No, where is it? Let me go back. Oh, here it is. Okay, once you go into the link, I thought that was it. Oh, here it is, document. So it'll tell you the documents needed for each school. So each school that you go into, so for this one, it'll tell you the documents needed and the unofficial transcript, resume, and then it's also recommendations. Then this is where you would, you need 2 recommendations. So you click here and then you would send the request to the people that you're requesting a letter of recommendation from. You will put their information here. And I'm hoping that at this point, people have already touched base with the individual that they would want to request the letter of recommendation from. You do need 2 letters of recommendation. Again, these are things that we discussed in the earlier workshops. So if you want, again, and I'll take you to the Transfer Center page so you can see exactly where those are located so you can get that information, okay? But each one that you go into, it'll tell you what's needed for that actual application. So here's a recommendation for DePaul. This is one of the institutions that I selected. Now, you may find that there are some schools that you want to attend are not using the Common application, because this is just the Common app is an app that many schools use, not all schools. So let's just say you're wanting to apply to Governor State University, which they don't use the Common app. You would still complete this application. You would make sure to do the application for the Jack Kent Cooke for the undergraduate transfer scholarship. And then you would just do the application for Governor State at their actual website. And the college would be able to, they would know what schools you selected. Again, we have talked about in that selection process, making sure that you consider one selective enrollment school, because one thing that we've noticed is that individuals who have been selected as finalists or who have received the actual scholarship in the past have, one, been PTK members, which all of you qualify for PTK if you have a 3.5 or higher. And then secondly, they considered a selective enrollment school. So we want you to do that just to, make sure that you're being considered for the scholarship. Are there any questions? Am I going too fast? Is this do I need to back up a little bit? Let me know.
So I see a question
That's that asked if we're a PTK Honor Society member. Do I put yes or no then?
Are you a member of PTK?
No.
Well, you're not a member of PTK right now. So if you're not a member, you can't say yes.
Okay.
But what campus are you from?
Harold Washington.
Okay. So Harold Washington does have a Phi Theta Kappa chapter. So I would contact the Phi Theta Kappa representative on that campus, or you can contact your transfer center director, Ellen Goldberg, and she should be able to get you the person's name. But that we do highly recommend that you consider becoming a Phi Theta Kappa member.
All right.
And Phi Theta Kappa is an honor society, not just for Jack Kent Cooke, but there are other schools that offer scholarships specifically for Jack Kent Cooke recipients. And Tiana, please jump in at any time if I forgot something or there's some other information that you can provide.
Okay, I had planned on registering for National Lewis University.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now how would you say I would go about that as far as, if that's not on the list?
And you would just complete their application on their website. They may not be using the Common App. I'm typing them in now. Yes, if they're not using the Common App, which is not a big deal. That just means that they don't use this app for their applications, but you can still complete the scholarship. You would, again, make sure that you apply for Jack Kent Cooke here.
Okay.
By selecting that, and then later today, tomorrow, you could go on and actually do the application for National Lewis.
Okay.
Okay, and if you're selected as a finalist, they would compile all the schools that you are considering. And we've suggested that you consider at least 3 to 5 schools to apply to.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but we want to have all the applications completed by the deadline, whether they're on this Common App or not. Does anybody want to share their screen? Okay, so I'm going to jump in. So we went through the person. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but what's most important is putting in your personal information and then going to that program material and selecting Jack Kent Cooke, because without that, primarily, you're not actually applying for the scholarship. The second area is the academic history, and you would just put in the information about your high school and college that you attended. Now, again, if you've attended any other college outside of city colleges, you don't qualify, or you will not qualify for this transfer scholarship. They will ask for your coursework.
I just wanted to say something really quickly.
Sure.
So I think something that students typically or tend to get caught up on is if you did not finish the semester at another school or a 4-year, or if you didn't pass all of the classes there, all of that still counts as attending. So I often have to really probe, and I know that some people get annoyed when I do so, but it's honestly because a lot of people don't quite get the difference. They're thinking, I'm not taking those classes with me anyway, it doesn't matter. When you put in your social and your information is in the system, they know any and all schools you've attended. So there's no way around this part of it. So that you won't waste any of your time, energy, and effort, or your own feelings. If that is your story, it's okay. We have other scholarships you could apply to. This is not the one.
Thank you, Tiana. So going back into the academic history, for some reason mine says coursework. What does it say? College coursework. You do not need to enter any coursework for the programs you've selected. I'm not sure why it says that. Again, I went in and made an account as if I was a student. Let's see, graduation status. Colleges attended, maybe because I didn't say I put in. Oh, because I haven't had added a college yet. That's the reason why. So once I add a college, it will ask me to put in my the coursework that I've completed. You can simply pull up your course history through your portal and just type that in. Now each college will still want you to send an official transcript, which you will have to send, you'll still have to send an official transcript, but they do want you to, put in the classes that you've taken. I've also had questions about all, the AP, IB, the CLEP. If you have never taken AP in high school or IB, and you've never taken a CLEP, don't worry. If they don't apply to you, don't worry about it. Again, continuing education courses, you may or may not have any continuing education courses. Standardized tests, you can put in your ACT. If it's been a long time since you've been to high school, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're a recent grad within 2 years, 3 years, you could submit that information if you'd like to. But you do have to submit the high school that you went to. I'm gonna just see if there's any. I'm gonna say I received mine. When did I receive? In June. 01 93. I'm telling my age, guys. Date received. Oh, I did it wrong. So June. And I'm doing this just so that we can see if they give any, not the 1800s now. Come on. I'm not that old. 1993. Here it is. June of 1993. Are you sure your graduation? Yes. And then I would add the high school. So then you would add the high school. And again, if instead of me doing this, I'd be happy if anyone wants to share their screen and we can kind of go through it together. I think it's more meaningful if it's somebody who's actually really doing it, but I just want us to see it. Chicago. What? Oh, the name, not my name. Percy L. Julian. So that's the high school I graduated from. So then I would select the school and then that's it. And I would fill in that information. So we're going to go back here. So that's your academic history. Is there any place somebody wants me to start and we can kind of go through? You can be filling it out as I'm doing it. We went through program materials.
I'm gonna throw my screen up there.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, because that's exactly where I'm at. So
okay, let me give you co-host capability really quickly so that you can do so. Okay, go ahead, share your screen and we can be filling it out together. I'm going to stop my share.
okay, where am I at?
Okay.
You have it?
We can see you. Yeah.
Okay. This is okay. Now where I'm going from here?
Have you done the personal information yet?
All right. I just got it. Okay.
Okay. So let's not do that because I don't want anybody to see your personal information. Let's close out of there. We'll go somewhere else because you can do that.
Okay.
So do the red X right here on the right.
Okay.
That red X. we're gonna go down to program materials. So this is what everybody must do. Go ahead, select that. Did you do that already?
No, I haven't.
Okay, select that.
Okay, so just hit it.
Hit the undergraduate transfer scholarship, I'm sorry. So they have that selected for you. So real quick, everybody else look under, because mine wasn't selected already. Look under your program materials and see if Jack King Cooke was already selected for you. Because mine, I had to actually go on and find it. So I just want to make sure. Daryl, take your screen up just a little bit for me. Scroll up. Okay. Alexa, did you go under program materials and was Jack King Cooke already selected for you?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, because I like right after I had made an account.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
After I created my account, I could add it. That was like the first screen it brought me to.
Okay, so but you had to add it. It wasn't already there?
No. Yeah, I had to press the plus button.
Okay. So everybody should first and foremost do that. What other schools are you applying to, Daryl?
Probably Governor State.
Okay, so then you'd have to go to their actual website. Okay, so I did give a list of selective enrollment schools. I know Governor State may be your first choice, but we want you to actually consider some other colleges as well, and colleges that really are accepting of the caliber of student that you are. Not that Governor State, I have my doctorate degree from Governor State, but the Jack King Cooke Scholarship is looking to send their scholars to those top tier selective enrollment schools. So they're really looking for people who are looking to have that type of experience. And they've given some information, and again, you can go back on their website as to why they do that. They believe that, and in some respects, I believe as well, that, name recognition from a school can grant you better opportunities for employment, for internships and those kind of things. And not that that's the end all to be all, but really that's where they're actually looking to send their scholars. So we do want you to consider a selective enrollment school in your list of options for four-year institutions.
Okay, I just really had those two schools in mind because that's the schools that was actually coming up for the field and career that I'm going into. So
What's the other school?
Huh?
What's the other school? Governor State and what?
National Lewis University.
Oh, and National Lewis. Okay. Yeah, so you can do those two schools. Are you a member of Phi Theta Kappa?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I would strongly recommend that you consider becoming a member of Phi Theta Kappa as well. What campus are you from?
Kennedy King.
Oh, okay, you're from my campus. Great. So the Phi Theta Kappa representative, or the faculty representative, is Daniel Davis. I can get you his information. His information is actually in the PowerPoint. I'll put it in the chat. If you would reach out to him, he could get you information about Phi Theta Kappa, because even if you don't select a selective enrollment school, we still want you to consider Phi Theta Kappa as a strategy for being noticed for this scholarship.
Okay.
Let me put it in the chat. Is there anybody else on the call from Kennedy King College? No? Okay. All right, so you can cut and paste that information, Daryl, and reach out to him in terms of Phi Theta Kappa, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So let's go back. Let's go back to the home screen.
I do have a really quick question for Mr. Daryl Clark. Are you a part of the DDP program for Governor State?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you probably want to sign up for that if you haven't already, only because you could also qualify for scholarships just by being a part of the DDP. So
You say BDP?
DDP, dual degree program with Governor State.
If you stay on the call, Daryl, I'll point you to the website so that we can look at that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So for you, Daryl, in your situation, the only thing that you have to do under program materials is complete these tabs for Jack Kent Cooke. So go under the questions, the documents, and then you also need the letters of recommendation. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that you would need to do in that in this portion. Complete that, and then you would do the applications for the 2 schools of interest. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go back to the home page.
All right.
You could just go back to my application. Just hit my application.
Okay. Where's that at?
Right here over on the left. Yep. Over to the left a little bit. Nope, not submit. Go over some.
Oh, I got you.
Yep, right there. So the personal information, you can go back. That should take you no time to complete. Go down a little bit. Scroll your screen. Yeah. Academic history, you're going to fill in your personal, wherever you went to college or high school. And then you're going to, put in what classes you've taken here at Kennedy King. Supporting information, let's go into that. So the other thing that they are looking for are, outside of academics, they're looking for people who have been community focused, right? Have you done any, do you have any experiences or accomplishments that speak to you as a person? So they're looking for those kinds of things here. So you would just go through each of the tabs. Go up just a little bit for me, Daryl. Scroll up just a little. So you would go through experiences. Let's just click that one. Go down. So you would add any experiences that you have, community engagement, extracurricular. This is where if you are a part of Phi Theta Kappa, you could talk about those things. If you've been a part of any programs while you have been at city colleges, you would talk about those things. And this is, you may have to get information from those actual entities. So again, that's why we started these workshops a few months ago, just really wanting students to kind of, gather all this information between now and the deadline. So if any of those, if you have any experiences there, Daryl, you want to start trying to contact those people and preparing a statement saying this is what I did, and then you would just upload that document to prove that you have that experience. Okay. Go up just a little bit. Let's go back to my application. So the personal information, that's just your, your personal stuff. The academic history, we talked about that. Your program materials, that's the only thing you have to do in that area is the Jack Kent Cooke, and then go do the applications at the other 2 schools. And then the supporting information, again, if you have, if you helped at a nursing home, or you did any kind of, externships or internships or anything like that, you would complete that information there. And then you also need to reach out to at least 2 people that can give you letters of recommendation. In terms of the letters of recommendation, I would go ahead and put the information of those people, whoever you're going to select or you're requesting to give the recommendation, put their information in, send it out and then contact them so that they know that it's coming. That way you don't have to double back to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so does anyone else, do you have any other questions, Daryl? Does that make it kind of
And
give you
yes,
kind of like a plan of action?
yes, it does. Thanks a lot. That gave me a lot of help right there.
Okay. Anybody else want to share their screen and we can kind of go through the same thing? Now that's what we're here for, people. It's 11:45. We're here till 12 o'clock, I believe. We're here till 12 o'clock, so we can, I mean, this is exactly what we want to do.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is there like a certain kind of person that you would recommend getting a letter of recommendation from, like a school counselor, a previous instructor?
Yeah, anybody that can speak to your accomplishments, your accolades, your personality, your drive, your academic, your ability to see through academic rigor. Anyone that you feel it would be good if it's academic. Your professors, maybe you have a relationship with your transfer director. Some college representative that can speak to you as a student. You could, if you have a clergyman or someone that can speak to your, speak to you as a student.
Okay.
And again, we did cover this in past workshops. So again, I'm going to show you guys the Brightspace page so that you can see where it's posted. Did you have anything you want to add with that, Tiana?
Yeah, all of that absolutely accurate. I co-sign that. I would also say consider a professor in the field of which you're trying to major in. That could also be a good one. So if you're looking to be a biology major, clearly a biology professor's letter of recommendation that speaks on your academic ability in biology would be a little bit better than getting a music teacher to write on your academic ability. So I would say closer to the field in which you want to go into. But does it specifically say it might ask for academic and a different one, but definitely have people on deck and definitely do a formalized, have a formalized conversation and or email with the individual that you want to write the letter. And nothing that you want to spring on them. You want, if you have not already solicited the help of someone, do it today. Do not even delay. Like reach out to someone, get into their office hours, write a professional email, give them a phone call. This is not something that's in passing or at the end of a class period. You definitely want to take time to really professionally ask someone for a letter of recommendation.
Exactly. And again, you guys, you have until January 6th. So I mean, you got a little time. If you go in here and you attack each one of those 4 areas, it's definitely doable now. And just to touch on the recommendation piece, and this is just for future, at this point, you guys want to start making relationships, establishing relationships with your professors, with other student services or other professionals in the academic area, so that if you need, who knows, you may be going on for a master's program, you may be going on for, you may have some internships and things that you aspire to enroll in. And it's always great to have somebody to vouch and say this person it would be ideal for this type of experience. So, if this is your first time asking for a letter of recommendation, and sometimes some people find that they don't have anybody to ask for a letter of recommendation. So this is that space where you want to say, okay, it's time to kind of make those relationships. So if I do need it, I have it. Okay. So that was a good question. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the KKC Brightspace page, the Transfer Center Brightspace page. And the reason why I show my specific page is because we record each of the sessions that we've recorded them. And so you can go back and get information that's useful to help you complete the application. So I'm going to share my screen again. And does anybody go on the Brightspace page? Oh, yeah, you do now because you're in remote learning. the reason why I ask is because you have to actually discover the page the first time you visit it. So this is the Brightspace page. If you go to college community, now, if you go to your college community, you have to type in KKC, you have to type in the actual Brightspace page that you want to visit, because if you haven't discovered it before, it won't be on your home page. So KKC Transfer Center. It may not come up for me because I've already discovered mine, but you have to do that the first time. No, it hasn't. So I'll just go back. It's not going to come up for me because I've already discovered it. It's already on my page, but you have to do that the first time that you actually want to look at the page. Otherwise, you won't be able to access it. But this is it. It's the KKC Transfer Center page. And if you go under Jack Kent Cooke's, under the content browser, if you go under Jack Kent Cooke, you'll see, you'll see all of the workshops. So workshop 1 recap, and then it'll have the videos for workshop 1 and workshop 2. We didn't have a recap for workshop 2 because we did the same thing that we did right now, that we're doing right now. And again, these are some of the forms that we used. So you can go back and look at these forms. I was, no, not this one. Let me go back. Selective enrollment schools. So this is a list of selective enrollment schools. And again, these may already be schools that you're considering. However, they have them across the US. So we can just go to the state of Illinois. And some people may be looking to go outside the state of Illinois. This has selective enrollment schools across the US. DePaul University. So a lot of our students want to go to DePaul. So I mean, it's not like it's this long stretch. It's just those schools that they consider or that are considered to be selective enrollment schools. So DePaul would be one, Illinois State would be one. So you can just go through this list, and I would strongly suggest that you at least pick one of these colleges to apply to if they have your major and if you're interested. I mean, I don't want to force anybody to. I'm just being very honest about what the scholarship is actually looking for. So if you go here, you can also go under content. If you go here and you go under Jack Kent Cooke, you'll be able to actually see the videos from the first 2 workshops, okay? And any documents that we use as resources. So that should really help in terms of, answering questions for you and those kind of things. Does anybody else have any other questions, want to share their screen? And everybody selected the undergraduate transfer scholarship first and foremost, correct? Give me a thumbs up. I know you did, Dara. I know you did, Alexa. What about you? Talicia, right?
Yes. I'm doing pretty well. I've actually been following you all along, so I've gotten pretty far.
Oh, good.
Yes, I just found it very helpful. I'm glad I was able to make it.
Great. I'm glad. So you found it helpful.
Yes.
Good. It's challenging being in this virtual space because, ideally we would, schedule some computer lab time and have students come in and I'd be able to look over your shoulder and see you individually. So it's difficult. And for me, it's, I want to make sure that I'm assisting you in the best way that that really meets your needs. So I'm glad that it's been helpful.
I do actually have a question now that I'm on this part of the screen. I'm doing what section is this? It's asking me about like my standardized tests. I've only taken the SAT, but I don't have all of the information, like as far as the essay. I only have my score because it was some time ago when I took it. So is that okay that I don't have those exact scores? I only have the ending score, or does it matter?
Are they asking, what are they, can you share your screen?
Actually I'm using my iPad and my computer, so I can just turn my camera on and then try to flip it and see if that works. Let's see. Will it allow me to? Yes. Can you all see it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit. You opted not to add any continuing education. Okay, so you don't need
Yeah.
that. So go to the SAT portion.
Oh, right here it says SAT subject.
Okay, go ahead. So, I mean, because the SAT is divided into what, math and science, and so it
Yes,
should just ask for the scores in those areas.
Yeah, see, it was let me see if I can find it. It said that it was completed because I only put the actual score, like I put my scores there, and I just couldn't fill out this portion. So I was just making sure that that was okay.
What does that say? Let me just see what it says.
Essay scores.
Oh yeah, just try to see if it should be okay.
Okay. Yeah, it says like it's satisfied, so I'm assuming that that's enough.
Yeah,
I just
it's
wanted to make sure. Okay.
If you had it, you could put it, but if not, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and you completed, you selected the Jack King Cooke scholarship, right?
Yes.
Okay, have you sent off your request for letters of recommendation?
Not yet. I'm actually thinking about one other person that I can get it from between my psychology professors because that's my major.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out which one of them I would be able to get one from.
Okay. And then make sure to give them enough time to get it back to you too. So, you know, if your December gives you like a month, December, well, it is December, goodness gracious. December 6th gives you a month. So I would say give them at least 3 to 4 weeks to get it in. So I would say by the end of this week, you've requested the letters of recommendation from who you want to request them from, because they may say, I'm on vacation. I mean, you know, the end of the semester is coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one other question I was going to ask you. Are you a member of Phi Theta Kappa?
No, unfortunately, I'm not.
Okay. Are you? And what campus are you from?
Richard Daley.
Okay. And so you know what? I would recommend you contacting the Phi Theta Kappa representative on that campus. I can look it up online now and give it to you.
I received an email about it. I think I should I think it's still here actually. I think I got one earlier this week about it.
Sure you
Yeah.
did. So put in Phi Theta Kappa in your search engine in your email and reply back to that one.
Yep.
Anybody that has the GPA, they're typically getting the emails for it. So just put in PTK or Phi Theta Kappa in your search engine in your email, and I'm sure that it will come up.
Okay.
The other thing is Phi Theta Kappa isn't just for this scholarship. There are other scholarships specifically for, I'm going to give you, so I got I'm taking the advisors now. Oops, give me everybody. It's not just for this scholarship. There are other institutions, many institutions that have scholarships specifically for Phi Theta Kappa students. So there it is, Phi Theta Kappa. Cassandra Powell. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone else want to share their screen? We got about 2 more minutes. Daryl, you can stay on the call. We'll talk about DDP.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Alexa.
So what exactly does being a member of Phi Theta Kappa entail? Besides like the scholarship stuff.
Well, there's an induction service. So you know, it's really there's an indication. Do they indicate it on your transcript? I know there's an indication, like you can get a stall at graduation. I believe, is it indicated on your transcript? Do you know, Tiana?
It is.
It's right. So it's indicated on your transcript. And again, the best part of it is it's recognized by 4-year institutions.
That's cool.
In terms of what it entails while you're here on campus, you know, it depends based on the activities or how active the chapter is on the campus that you are enrolled. Most have an induction service, which is really nice. They, you know, there's a whole, you know, like it's an actual honor society. So you're being inducted into an honor society, and it's an official role, you know, listed in the state, that kind of thing. But outside of that, there are some campuses who, they hold different fundraisers and again, that gives you those experiences, and not just for the Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship, but even as you're applying to different schools to show that you've done something outside of your academics, right? So, I mean, it's really just a really good opportunity to extend yourself outside of your academics.
You can get leadership experience from being an officer with Phi Theta Kappa. You also get the opportunity to do a lot of things community service wise. I will also say, I bet if we took a poll of all of the winners that have won Phi Theta, not Phi Theta Kappa, that have won the Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship over the years, I would not be surprised if over 90% of them were members of Phi Theta Kappa. It just shows your leadership ability on campus. They do a lot of community service type workshops. Obviously, this looks a little bit different in the pandemic, but I am a co-advisor of the one at my campus, and we went out to still were able to do community service at the Chicago depository to help, get the food prepared for different locations. So there's still opportunities for that. In addition to that, you actually get discounted rates at some companies. They have partnerships with about 45 to 50 companies that you can get a discount for just for being a member, a card carrying member. You have access to different leadership workshops and conferences that are it's an international organization. So they go everywhere for different conferences and things of that nature. Again, great things for you to write about, to talk about, not just for scholarship opportunities, not just for school, but just imagine talking to a potential employer when you're able to say, I was the VP of the services for Phi Theta Kappa. So it's endless opportunities, but of course, at the end of the day, it's going to be what you make of it. So if you get in it and you do absolutely nothing, it's going to do nothing for you also. But it's a great organization. I've sent 3 students to Jackson State University on a full ride because of Phi Theta Kappa.
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, so it's 12 o'clock now. I hope I've helped everybody. At least you know what's needed in each of the areas of the application. If you if you want to know who your transfer director is on your campus, let me know. I can pull that information up really quickly and get you their contact information. Phi Theta Kappa, if you have been receiving email communication, like Tiana said, do a search in your email. Otherwise, if you can't find it that way, you can actually go to the website, ccc.edu, plug in Phi Theta Kappa with your campus name next to it. It'll pull up who the Phi Theta Kappa person is. I did want to say one of the things that I'm new to this position. This is my 2nd year. So when I first started as a transfer director, I wanted to understand the same thing. How likely is a Phi Theta Kappa individual or what is the Jack Kent Cooke scholars, what do they look like? What kind of experiences do they have? And that was one of the things that every transfer director that I talked to, though Phi Theta Kappa and a selective enrollment school in their consideration was what seemed to be the secret sauce in terms of being noticed. So that's why I'm encouraging students to consider a selective enrollment school, and I'm also encouraging them to join Phi Theta Kappa. Again, a lot of energy goes into this application, and so you just want to make sure put your best foot forward, try to be noticed, and we know that this is one of the ways to do so. And then Tiana just said, even if you don't decide to go to a selective enrollment school, yes, still, and that's exactly what I'm saying. I want you to consider it, just because, again, that's their combination of student that they want to consider. But at the end of the day, it's up to you what school, because it has to be comfortable for you in terms of where you go. But if we don't have any other questions. Oh, Tiana just said, take time over when a break to finish filling out the applications for the schools and submit. Very, very important. This information is going to be posted on the Brightspace page as well. So you can go back if there's something you missed, something that I or Tiana said, or something that you saw when we were sharing our screens that you need to kind of come back to. You can always visit the KKC Transfer Center Brightspace page to get a look at what we did today. I'm going to stop the recording now, and I just want to say good luck, reach out, and we're here to support you as you go through this application process.